The 1940s were a defining era for many American men, including those serving as Navy sailors during World War II. The war demanded an unprecedented mobilization of military personnel, drawing men from every corner of the nation to serve at sea. The transitions these men experienced, both before departing for war and upon their return home, were profound and life-altering. As the call to arms echoed across the United States, young men found themselves leaving behind the familiarity of their daily lives. For many, this meant stepping away from their roles as sons, brothers, husbands, and fathers. The moments leading up to their departure were often filled with a mixture of anticipation, fear, and a deep sense of duty. Farewell scenes were common at train stations and ports, where families gathered to say goodbye. These moments were charged with emotion as mothers, wives, and children clung to their loved ones, uncertain of what the future held. The sailors, dressed in their crisp uniforms, tried to mask their own anxieties with stoic resolve, understanding the gravity of their mission. Life on the home front for the sailors' families was marked by a blend of pride and constant worry. Letters from the front became lifelines, offering glimpses into the lives of their loved ones at sea. These letters were cherished, read repeatedly, providing comfort and hope. Back home, communities rallied together, participating in war efforts such as rationing, war bond drives, and volunteering with organizations like the Red Cross. For the sailors themselves, the transition to wartime service was both exhilarating and challenging. Basic training was rigorous, designed to transform civilians into disciplined sailors ready for the rigors of naval warfare. Once deployed, life aboard a ship was characterized by long hours, hard work, and a constant state of readiness. Sailors formed tight-knit bonds with their shipmates, creating a brotherhood forged in the crucible of war. Despite the camaraderie, the dangers were ever present, and the reality of combat brought home the sobering awareness of mortality. The end of the war marked the beginning of another significant transition: returning home. Victory in 1945 was celebrated with immense joy and relief, but the return to civilian life was not without its challenges. Many sailors came back to a world that had changed in their absence. Families had adapted to new routines, and the societal shifts brought about by the war's demands created a new social landscape. Reintegrating into civilian life required adjustments for both the returning sailors and their families. Fraternal organizations played an important role in supporting men who returned from war. Groups such as the American Legion, the Veterans of Foreign Wars, the Disabled American Veterans, the AMVETS, and the Navy League of the United States provided a network of support and camaraderie for veterans. These organizations helped sailors transition back into civilian life by offering assistance with employment, housing, and accessing the benefits provided by the GI Bill. They also offered a sense of belonging and a place where veterans could share their experiences with others who understood their journey, creating a strong sense of brotherhood and community. For the men, readjusting to the rhythms of everyday life was often difficult. The skills and experiences gained during wartime did not always translate easily to civilian employment, leading to periods of uncertainty and job searching. Emotionally, the scars of war, both visible and invisible, needed time to heal. Some sailors struggled with what we now recognize as post-traumatic stress, though at the time, understanding and support for such conditions were limited. Despite these challenges, many returning sailors found solace in the simple pleasures of home life. The comfort of a home-cooked meal and the embrace of a loved one provided the emotional anchors needed to rebuild their lives. Communities once again played a crucial role, welcoming back their heroes with parades, parties, and public acknowledgments of their service and sacrifice. The GI Bill also offered opportunities for education and homeownership, helping many veterans establish a stable post-war life. The era was one of significant transition for Navy sailors and their families, defined by profound changes and challenges. The departure for war and the subsequent return home were marked by sacrifice and a deep sense of duty. These experiences left an indelible mark on the generation of men who served, shaping their lives and the future of the nation in ways that are still felt today. Much obliged you hopped on board for this snazzy trip through American life in the 1940s and 1950s, all captured through nifty vintage photographs. If this flick's got your motor running, don't be a square. Click on that jolly bucket of bolts to subscribe to the channel for more top drawer content just like this.